Hey guys, so these are comments that I'm going to comment on. Jade, thank you for your happy face. You look beautiful in your thumbnail. Soundproof Liz, I'm glad that you found me through Ricky. I loved that video, but building the Eiffel Tower took too much time, so I wasn't able to do anything else. And you said the opening line though, and I think you mean the fact that I said fuck, and I don't like saying the F word because if I say the F word, then in your mind you say fuck. So I might as well just say it for both of us. Yeah, I don't really like using that word if it's to get a reaction of anger out of somebody. But for this video specifically, I kind of use it to emphasize how vulnerable I am, talking about the future, because it's a really hard subject and I don't know, I don't have any sort of concrete plan for this. Slacka, I do think we're in the same boat, and I don't think it ever really changes as you get older. But I think there's a point where it starts. And I was watching Zed, and he was talking about, teenagers. And teenagers always think in the moment. I don't know how old you are, but teenagers usually just think in the moment. And it's when you're an adult that you start thinking about how that moment will influence the future, the trajectory of the rest of your life. And that kind of happened for me like 2-3 years ago, and I think I'm kind of late when it comes to life, but I'm here, and this chart sort of shows where I am. I feel like I'm at how do you do this, but eventually I will get to I did it. And I think we all are going to get to that place eventually. Steffi, I'm really glad you liked the video. It is Monday in the US, which means yesterday was Monday for you, so you know who won The Voice Australia. But I want to talk to you about it because I'm really sad that Miss Murphy left, and there are very few people that understand who Miss Murphy is. You talk about possibilities being exciting, and I'm totally going to steal from a Judi Dench movie where she says that the only thing we really know about the future is that it'll be different. And maybe what scares us is that it'll be the same. So we should just embrace the changes, good or bad. Because as a wise person once said, everything turns out alright in the end. And if it's not alright, then it's probably not the end. Quotable quotes, I'm glad you like them, and I hope a lot of people use them. Sugar Ashley, who's watching in Singapore, how awesome is that? It is something that I think is constant in our 20s, and I know somebody who's struggling with this at the moment. And me and my sister were talking about it, and she used the term quarter-life crisis. And I'd never heard it before, but what I've taken away from her definition is that, especially in first world countries, we're given so many options on how to live your life and things that you can do. That sometimes we don't really choose one definitive way. We choose several, or in the case of the person I know, we don't really choose anything because, I don't know, I guess we're just overwhelmed with everything. And because of that, you get to a certain age where life sort of kicks you in the ass and says you have to become an adult. So you have to figure this out. And that's kind of what I think is happening now. But all things turn out well in the end, so there's nothing to stress about. Yes, the journey and the way is far more important than the destination, and if I think about this literally, whenever I get to a destination, the first thing I think about is who am I there with? Who am I sharing this experience with? And as much as the journey and the way is important, I think who we decide to experience life with or share these very little moments is really important to our story. And when I say story, I just mean our memories. So yeah, thank you guys for commenting. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you guys Saturday.